tip.
I'm going to say that they missed the violation on that one. I don't know for sure.
Brunson penetrates and scores.
I think Brunson mentally is the closest thing to what Kobe was in the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. No matter what happens, he can be 0 for 20.
Next shot's the most
in the
important.
last 5 minutes, you already know everything went out the window. It is different. He's gonna go 4 for 5. He's gonna put the team on his back. And it's hard to
Finals MVP, man. Close out elimination game. JB's crazy.
Jalen in that building is like magical to me. He thinks he's unstoppable because he is unstoppable. And I'm going to say it again. I'm not sure I've ever seen a better little man scorer than he is. I mean, we can talk about Allen Iverson, but listen, Jalen's step back is just... I am a fan of this Thunder team. I was born and raised in Oklahoma City, but I'm going to go this far right here, right now. As much as I like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and as much as I believe that he deserved a second straight MVP, Jalen Brunson completely outplayed SGA against the Spurs. If you look at the numbers.
Owe this man an apology. You know what I'm saying? I am grateful for what you have done for this city, what y'all have done for this city, and you won't be hearing any more doubts from me, my brother. You're a champ.
We'll see about that. We'll see about that.
Imagine waiting 53 years, and then this happens. The Knicks are NBA champions, led by the ice-cold Jalen Brunson. From LeBron's jaw-dropping response to Steph Curry's message and KD's salute, the entire league is reacting with pure disbelief and respect. This is generational. These unfiltered reactions hit different. If you're a basketball fan, you need to see this right now.
Okay, I'm not going to be a fucking sore loser. Congratulations, the Knicks, man. 50 plus years. Fair enough, man. You know what I mean? Jalen Brunson, as much as I was supporting the Spurs, wallahi, he went crazy, bro. I'm not going to lie. As a 6'1" guard with his pops on the bench, fair enough. Fair enough. OG Anunoby, I'm not going to lie. Every single time you had the ball, I was scared. I was scared because you kept making threes. Something the Spurs could not do.
I apologize to Jalen Brunson. The reason I apologize to Jalen Brunson is because I think he's about to go on to win the NBA Finals. And I don't know that I'm going to have the opportunity to see him face to face. And I wanted to say it to his face. And the reason I said that is because I've been very critical of Jalen Brunson. Just not thinking that, hey, man, he's this 1A guy.
What Jalen Brunson just proved again is that when your game is tight and right, no matter what size you are, you become the best at what you do.
Right.
And there wasn't a player in the NBA this year that you could say, oh, he can guard Jalen Brunson.
Facts. That's a fact.
He lit the whole...
Jalen Brunson became like guy you must respect. He put up 45 in the game winner. And I think the part that makes it tricky is he just does it. It's not really that much fun to watch. He does not look to be an exceptional talent, but as I keep saying, none of that matters. What matters is the actually get it done part. That's why when people start getting into, well, is he the best player in the NBA? I'm like, man, let's not even do that, right? It doesn't matter. He just did the thing, but what he is not is a guy who engenders polarizing opinion.
The New York Knicks have finally done it. After waiting 53 long years, they have captured their first NBA championship, and the basketball world cannot stop talking about Jalen Brunson leading the charge.
Day and all night. But little Jalen does not flop. Little Jalen does not complain. Little Jalen was getting no calls in this whole series because this creature is the most overprotected player in the NBA. And it went all the way to the flagrant that should have been called on the three-point shot where he slides his giant foot underneath. He didn't even get that call because that would have disqualified Wemby for potential Game 6 back at the Garden. And what he proved to me in this series is he is the best player in the National Basketball Association right here.
What we will say is off timing.
Yeah.
Or if you're guarding him, you can't time it because you don't know when he's going.
It's not natural.
Yeah, it's not natural. Like he goes and then he just kind of tosses it up there.
Boom, boom, instead of boom.
Yeah,
boom,
exactly. So now you know. Yeah, exactly. So now you know I have to get it up. But like as a defender, he gets you sometimes. He gets you leaning, and then he boom.
And he makes them over and over. But what I love about Jalen, I try to teach this to young guards, is using the body and cutting guys off. And so like one of the, there's variations of that. There's one using your body to get off 2 feet and play. There's one where you have half an advantage, where you steer him away from the pocket of space so you can then go back to the pocket of space. And the last one is how he gets in front and just stops. And
inside the arc, it felt like he was automatic. Even
Floaters
shooting over
too.
Wemby. Obviously inside the paint, he can finish. He got the floaters. But he kills you in that little 15, 17, 13-foot jumpers all night long. So that's number one. Secondly, he's obviously a great role model. And I'm off the court as well. But I mean as a basketball player, because and look, I said the same thing about Steph and even James Harden in his heyday. He is proof, Brunson, that it is not all about, obviously, size, but quickness.
People who once doubted him now sound like they have seen a miracle happen right in front of their eyes. Brunson stepped up in ways that made everyone around the league pause and rethink what they thought they knew about small guards winning titles.
Are you surprised at all at the Knicks' success?
To this extent, yes, and I've said this all year. Well, since about midseason. I missed by as wide a degree as any player I've covered in my career as a broadcaster, the ceiling for a player as I have with Jalen Brunson. And this is a guy that, I watch a lot of Big Five basketball. That's where I played Nova. I got to their practices and watched him. I saw a ton of games, and obviously he was a great, great college player.
He's built for this. He's built for this. He's built for New York. He's built for everything that comes with it, for us the noise. Think about what Jalen Brunson has done since he's been in the uniform. The numbers and the accolades. I'm talking about he never makes excuses.
I thought Jalen analysts who follow the game closely are calling him the greatest Knick of all time. And honestly, it is hard to argue when you look at what he just pulled off. He carried that team through the toughest moments like a man on a mission.
Dame was like fourth quarter bandit and hitting them big shots. That's Brunson. He's never disappointed in the fourth quarter. No big game, right? No matter what happens in them first 3, them last 5 minutes, that man shows up.
Fourth quarter points through the first 10 games since 1997. Jalen Brunson 102. Kobe in 03 had 100. Kobe in 01 had 100. Steph in 23 had 99, and then Kobe.
And I got a chance to talk to Jay Wright. This guy has been a winner, and he continues to not get the flowers that he deserved. He won it. He won a state championship in Chicago when the people was against him and saying that he was too small. He won at Villanova and got National Player of the Year. He entered the draft, and I went back last night and looked at all the players that was drafted before him. And I said, oh my God. And now all of a sudden he's sitting up here today and just completed the damn mission with finals.
After we're going to conference finals last year.
In average.
Went to the conference finals last year.
He didn't just do it in average fashion. He did it in great fashion.
The way he moves on the court shows a basketball IQ that most players can only dream about. Even though he is not the tallest guy out there, he uses his body so smartly to create space that bigger defenders look lost trying to guard him. His off-balance shots and left-handed finishes through contact feel almost impossible to stop once he gets going. What stands out even more is how clutch this guy becomes when the pressure hits hardest. In the fourth quarter of those big games, Brunson turns into something else entirely. He refuses to lose, no matter how the first 3 quarters went. That kind of mentality reminds people of the greats who simply would not let their team fall short. He puts the entire franchise on his back night after night and still stays humble about it. No flopping, no complaining to the refs even when calls look questionable. Just pure toughness and leadership that teammates clearly feed off.
We came together as a team. We're like, all right, we know what we did wrong. We know what we have to do. That's behind us now. Let's just move forward. Let's get better one possession at a time. Let's focus on the moment. Let's not look ahead at all. And that's kind of what happened.
All right. Hey, Shay, I always said when his dad and I played together in Chicago, he would always come on the court, and he always had no fear in his eyes, even before games. It's crazy to see that same no-look fear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I thought, could Jalen Brunson be, a starting point guard in a really good team, coming out? I wasn't sure about that. And then you saw him, with what he did in Dallas when he got his opportunity, and he was obviously sensational. But still, he becomes $100+ million free agent, like the biggest free agent really to change teams practically. And I'm saying, what is his ultimate ceiling? Like, is this a 16 to 18 point a game type of point guard, which is a really nice player in the league? But to be doing this every night where now you expect 25 and 30 and 35 point, games.
The reactions from other NBA players have been coming in nonstop, and a lot of them carry this mix of respect and total disbelief. Superstars who have been in the league for years are acknowledging that what Brunson just achieved changes the conversation about what it takes to win at the highest level. Some of the biggest names out there are admitting they did not see this level of dominance coming from him, especially after all the early skepticism he faced. One former coach who once questioned his potential now looks like she needs to find a new take because Brunson shut every doubt down by actually winning the whole thing. It is pretty funny watching some of these tough critics switch up so fast. The sarcasm writes itself when you hear people who picked against New York all season suddenly calling this run one of the greatest in league history. They act shocked, as if the guy had not been dropping elite performances the whole time.
I think he has to be one of the top 50 players of all time, though. He did something that a bunch of great guards were never able to do. He did something that James Harden, as a starter on his own team, never even made the finals and fell short over and over again. Steve Nash, who was an unbelievable player, 2-time MVP, through no fault of his own, could never quite get the team there. Chris Paul finally did it in the 2021 finals late in his career, but they lost. Jason Kidd, 2 straight finals, but he lost, and then finally gets one later as a role player starter in Dallas. What Brunson did was up there with Dwayne Wade in 2006. It was up there with Walton in 77. You can go on through, but we're just dragging a team.
Did you have any idea Jalen Brunson would be this good?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Why?
I would say one game that really was impressive on that playoff run. We lose the first game against Utah. I don't play the first to that second game. I mean, if we lost that second game, it would be tough to come back. We 0-2, and then we have 2 in Utah. So that second game, I think he had like 45, something like that. Like it was a tough game, and we needed to win no matter what. And that game was really impressive. I was just on a bench.
Brunson's skill set makes him especially dangerous because he combines old school fundamentals with this crafty modern game. He reads defenses like a book, changes pace at the perfect moments, and finishes through contact better than players twice his size. Watching him work is like seeing someone solve a puzzle that everyone else finds too complicated. Opponents try to bump him, swipe at the ball, and contest every shot, but he just keeps finding ways to get it done. They stayed committed to a style that emphasized toughness, smart coaching, and players who buy into the system. This championship run ranks right up there with the most impressive ones we have seen in recent decades because nobody outside New York gave them much of a chance at the start. They defied every narrative about needing superstar athletic freaks to win it all. Instead, they relied on chemistry, execution, and one incredible leader who refused to let the moment get too big for him.
Let me tell you something about Jalen Brunson. What made me go get Jalen Brunson and really offer him a scholarship, full-time ride to Villanova, I go down to Chicago. I believe he said the state championship game is 4,000 people in the arena. It's jam-packed. Everyone is against him. And this drops 50+ points with the dub.
Seemed to lose it. Like I remember when Wemby pushed you, it was such a blatant foul. And you looked at him for just a second, but you just walked away. In that moment, it just seems instinctually you just want to say, wait a second, and go after him. But that's not what you do. That's not how you play this game.
It was definitely a spur of the moment thing, but I think no matter what, you got to understand the moment and what you're doing and what's your main goal and focus. And I just knew that no matter what, I've always had the ability to kind of stay even keeled. Yeah. Never too high, never too low. And that's a credit to them.
The energy in New York right now feels electric. People are saying the city has not felt this alive since the 90s when the Knicks last had that kind of magic in the building. Brunson embraced the Big Apple completely and became the face of the franchise in a way that reminds sports fans of Derek Jeter back in his prime. He carries himself with that same quiet confidence and lets his play do most of the talking. New Yorkers love that kind of thing, and right now they cannot get enough of their new hero. They pointed to his size, they pointed to the competition, and they basically wrote him off as a solid player who would never reach the absolute top. Those same voices are now tripping over themselves to praise him as the heart and soul of a champion. The sarcasm practically drips when you watch them pretend they always believed. Come on now, we all remember the doubts, and Brunson just answered every single one by winning the title. Players around the league are reacting with everything from genuine congratulations to that subtle shade that says they are a little salty about it.
To finally the size of the Knicks went in their favor. Yeah. Right? And the size of the Spurs went against them, because if they hadn't had another big guy on the floor, which they don't have, then that might have been a different outcome. But give OG a lot of credit. But it started with Brunson. Never forget this. That little man said, it's time for me to take the game over. And when he decided to take the game over, because everybody else was struggling, Greeny, that's when the players felt it. That's when the fans felt it. Here come the noise, the excitement, and then everybody felt better about the situation.
No, it was just
they won, didn't they?
It was.
They done it in 5, didn't
Yeah,
they?
but the thing
They done
is-
it in 5.
Yeah, but again,
Did you watch any of it? I watched
You know
some
what?
of it.
I saw the highlights of it, and obviously you can hear the noise outside the window. It was amazing. And
they won.
That's 53 years, though.
They won.
53 years.
I wasn't happy they won because they beat
Kieran
Spurs.
celebrated
Spurs
more.
in the final.
Kieran
celebrated more New York Knicks winning the actual trophy than did Liverpool winning the league. Honestly, all of a
Hey,
sudden.
done it in 5, eh? Done it in 5.
Brilliant.
Kieran,
Good time.
you're having
Had a
a
good bar.
You're having a good time over here, Kieran, aren't you?
But the Knicks.
Some superstars who have chased rings themselves are sending messages that show real respect for what Brunson accomplished. They know how hard it is to close out a championship run, especially when the whole world doubts you. Others are keeping it light, but still acknowledging that the Knicks earned every bit of this victory. The reactions feel authentic because winning a title after 53 years hits different. It is not just another championship, it is ending a lifetime of waiting for Knicks fans. Brunson's leadership style stands out because he leads by example instead of demanding attention. He shows up every night ready to compete, puts in the work on both ends of the floor, and never makes excuses. Well, maybe not for fans of the teams they beat, but that is part of the fun. Some analysts are already comparing Brunson's impact in New York to what Michael Jordan did in Chicago or LeBron James did when he brought a title to Cleveland. Those are huge compliments, and they actually make sense when you see how he transformed the franchise.
Jalen just, he's, first of all, the number one characteristic for me is, and last year is Clutch Player of the Year. This year, I believe, Shea. Last year was Jalen, is his will to win.
Right.
His will to win. And I would say one of the things that I love about him, beyond the shot making, is he's so smart at using his body.
Yeah.
We know he plays off 2 feet. We know he's got incredible touch on those drives where guys, and he's able to just float the ball in the basket. It's almost not a floater, not a layup, not a runner, but it's just like a shot on the move with a guy tattooed.
The second round pick that went to Dallas, that came here, even though I knew he could play, I didn't know he was going to be, I didn't know if he was going to be an NBA player coming out of Villanova. And when he got to the league, I said, all right, the brother can play. But I didn't know he was, listen, I wanted Kevin Durant, Kyrie, remember? And then we got Jalen Brunson. I'm like, ugh. He could play, but he ain't KD. And I'm looking at all of this, and I've watched it unfold, where this man has come to New York and has been nothing short of a superstar.
He walked into a situation that had been struggling for decades and turned it into a championship squad. That kind of immediate legacy is rare, and people are enjoying every minute of watching it unfold. The league feels a little more interesting now that a player like Brunson sits on top. The basketball IQ he displays might be his biggest weapon. He anticipates plays before they happen, makes the extra pass when it counts, and attacks weaknesses in the defense without forcing anything. Smaller guards rarely dominate like this in the modern era, yet Brunson makes it look routine. He uses every inch of his frame to shield the ball, changes directions quickly, and finishes with either hand around the rim. Instead, he attacked even harder and found ways to will his team to victory. That Kobe-like refusal to accept defeat separates the good players from the all-time greats, and right now, Brunson looks like he belongs in that conversation. Knicks fans waited over half a century for someone like him, and they finally got their guy.
What did Jalen Brunson prove this finals?
Well, first, allow me to do a little public service announcement on behalf of basketball.
Oh, good.
Because one thing Jalen Brunson showed and proved is that the mid-range jump shot is still a great weapon.
36 in game 4, followed up with 45 in game 5 on the road. And I'm like, at this point, can we sit up here when we look over the history from high school, college to now to the pros as a second rounder, can we even find a list of guys that's even in the same atmosphere, stratosphere with him for as all-time great winners and hoopers? It's like he ranks top 10 in that shit, let alone.
The cultural shift happening in New York is hard to overstate. The city feels different when the Knicks are winning at this level. Tickets are impossible to get, conversations on the streets revolve around basketball again, and the pride in the team is visible everywhere. Brunson has become a beloved figure who represents resilience and quiet excellence. He never sought the spotlight, but the spotlight found him anyway because of what he achieved on the court. It is hilarious how some of the loudest doubters have gone silent or switched sides completely. Brunson did not need to say anything in response. He just kept winning until the only thing left to do was hand him the championship trophy. That kind of silent revenge tastes pretty sweet. Teammates talk about how he elevates everyone around him. The supporting cast stepped up because they believed in the leader they had. Good coaching helped put them in positions to succeed, but Brunson's presence on the floor made the whole system work at a higher level. This championship feels earned in every sense of the word. No shortcuts, no super team shortcuts, just a group that came together at the perfect time and refused to be denied.
Let me confess on national television.
I was telling them. Second confession you got on national television.
I was telling them, nobody trolls me better than you the way that you do it, because when, last year when y'all beat Boston, I'm on the court and he just walks up to me and looks me in my face and goes, I'm not going to even say anything, and just walked away. That's what he does, because he remembered that I doubted the brother when he was coming out of Villanova. He was in Dallas. I said, all right, the brother can play, but we getting him here, the 4-year deal in 2022. I'm like, what, this is not Kevin Durant. What the hell are we going to do? He, in his own way, he reminds me of this.
Every time.
Why I said it, I was wrong, I was right. And so I apologize to his face. Number 2, because I respect champions. And I've been respected Jalen Brunson, by the way. There's no lack of respect by any means necessary. But I respect champions, and who am I to criticize you if you're a champion? And again, I don't think I'll get the opportunity to see him face to face within the time of him becoming a champion or not. And I wanted to say that face to face. And I wanted to say it in front of the world.
Other players around the league are taking notice because this run challenges some long-held beliefs. For years, people claimed you needed certain physical tools to win a title as the main guy. Brunson just proved that skill, heart, and basketball smarts can overcome size disadvantages when the talent is special enough. That message resonates with a lot of younger players who might not fit the traditional mold. They see someone like Brunson succeeding and realize the door is open wider than they thought. The respect pouring in from established stars feels earned too. Guys who have been to the finals multiple times understand the grind and the pressure that comes with it. Seeing them acknowledge Brunson's achievement shows that the basketball community recognizes greatness when it shows up. Some reactions carry that tone of friendly competition, like they are already thinking about how to stop him next season. That kind of motivation keeps the league exciting.
He just showed you he did it. He did that against that team and that guy. That's I give it up, man. You got to say here, you showed, you earned best player in the league status. And you earned better than SGA status with those 5 fourth quarters that you played against 7'6". That's what happened. So
for all the small guard talk that we did, and we always got to revisit once we say some bullshit. Small guards can win if they do it the right way. We will all take it back. Small guards, scoring guards. This is for Allen Iverson. This was for Damian Lillard. Should be happy to see this because now he understands, man, maybe if I do these things, if I sacrifice these things, I can win too. A lot of the small guards that came before Jalen Brunson all were trying to figure out how to do it. How do I make this happen? Go look at some Jalen Brunson tape. Go watch him go against different defenses. Go watch him have to figure out, hey, I need to put myself in actions. I need to single out this guy.
New Yorkers have waited generations for this feeling. Parents are telling their kids stories about past Knicks teams that came close but never finished the job. Now those same families get to celebrate a real championship. The electricity inside the arena during the finals apparently reached levels people had not felt in decades. Brunson soaked it all in and delivered performances worthy of the moment. He did not shrink from the expectations. He ran toward them and came out on top. His humility after the victory makes the whole story even better. While everyone else celebrates wildly, Brunson stays level-headed and gives credit to teammates and coaches. That approach wins fans over quickly because it feels genuine. Looking back at the entire playoff journey, the Knicks faced tough competition and kept finding ways to advance. Each series tested them differently, yet they adapted and grew stronger. Brunson's consistency throughout that run proved he belongs among the elite. He averaged impressive numbers while making his teammates better. That two-way impact is what separates contenders from true champions.
I mean, what do you think of a guy like Brunson at his comparatively smaller size?
You hear me start laughing?
Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
The man is a winner.
Yes.
He won in high school, won at Villanova. This is the guy who you want to have on your team in those moments, in this situation where it's tough, because he'll figure it out. He's so intelligent and he's tough, physically and mentally. And so this doesn't surprise me. I love Jalen Brunson, what he stands for, what he's capable of in the biggest moments. And he's been...
The sarcasm from some corners of the media still lingers a bit. A few voices that heavily criticized the Knicks before the finals now act overly surprised by the outcome. They throw out lines about how nobody saw this coming, even though dedicated fans had been saying all along that this team had special qualities. Brunson's performance forced everyone to adjust their opinions, and watching that process unfold has been entertaining. This championship also highlights how important mental toughness is at the highest level. Brunson showed zero fear in big moments. Good teams feed off that kind of leadership, and the Knicks clearly did. Players from rival teams have been posting messages that mix congratulations with a little competitive fire. They know the Knicks will be back next year trying to repeat, and nobody wants to face that challenge unprepared. The respect is real, but so is the desire to knock them off their pedestal. That healthy competition is what makes the NBA so much fun to follow.
Jalen, you were really fascinating to me to watch. Someone close to you said, well, he has just resting bitch face. And it's just, when I watch him, you scare a lot of people.
His composure.
His composure. You always seem so focused, so poised.
So steady.
And so calm under pressure. What is your leadership style, and where did it come from? Did it come from your dad?
It came from my mom.
From your mom?
My mom. It came from both of them. I feel like they did a good job of...
We had two legacies get created. Yeah. There's the legacy of Jalen Brunson being a champion at every step of the way. That's his legacy. He's a winner. He's a champion. The future face of the league is exact.
Brunson's journey to this point adds another layer to the story. He worked his way up, faced doubts at every stage, and kept proving people wrong. Winning the title feels like the perfect payoff after years of steady improvement and dedication. Few players embody that underdog spirit as well as he does, and his success feels inspiring even to people who do not root for the Knicks. The city of New York is celebrating like it just won the lottery. Parades, parties, and constant conversations about the championship fill the streets. Brunson has earned his place alongside the all-time greats in Knicks history, and fans are already treating him like a legend. The basketball world appreciates what Brunson and the Knicks accomplished. They reminded everyone that heart, skill, and smart play still win championships. This victory will be talked about for years as one of those special moments that transcended regular sports drama. The Knicks are champions at last, and Jalen Brunson sits right at the center of it all.